Hello, I'm Maggie Pashley and I'm working with my partner Michael Conneely with the Rune Group, and I just wanted to talk about accepting, I suppose accepting everything, rather than everything that is in our environment, and realising that in everything in its own way can nourish us, can be information that we can use to support and allow us to grow. And what I see people, and including myself, doing a lot of the time, saying, I like this bit and I don't like that bit. But I like the happiness, but I don't like the days when I feel sad. I don't like anger, but I like me be joyful, for example. And I think the more we resist things, the more they tend to get stronger and get to be more of a problem, and actually to take up a lot of our energy. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was what you might call the shadow, or our disowned parts of ourselves. And they can often show up in how we react to other people. And for example, I've heard people talk about light shadows and dark shadows, and I find that a very interesting concept. I was on a workshop many years ago, a Jill Edwards workshop, where she had us select a quality that we particularly didn't like in other people, and in my case it was cantankerous. And we had to go round with a label stuck on us saying I am, and whatever your quality was, and saying, and the good thing about it is. So I went round in a strop being very, very sort of, in my view, not very nice, saying I'm cantankerous, and the good thing about being cantankerous is. And what came out of that was the fact that being cantankerous, you can actually really allow yourself to say what's really going on, rather than dress it up, rather than be indirect. So I'm not saying that then, for me, what I then wanted to do was to go around being cantankerous, but it was an invitation for me to know that what I was resisting in myself was the times when maybe it would be helpful to be more direct, to be more honest, to be more sort of upfront and forthright. And so it was a very interesting exercise. And the other way in which we can disown parts of ourselves is when we are in what we might call the light shadow. So for example, there might be somebody we feel triggered by, or because we somehow see them as being something we feel we can't be. It might be something we really, really admire, but somehow think, oh, it's just beyond us. And generally when we notice something very strongly in another person, it's often because it's a latent part of us that we've really not allowed ourselves to recognise or to grow into. So I just invite you to look at the times when you feel somehow triggered by another person, whether it's triggered by what you might call their light or triggered by their darkness, and maybe ask yourself the question, what part of me is showing up here, and how can I allow myself to embrace that part of me in a way that really enriches my life, and just see where that takes you. Thank you.